Okay, തുടങ്ങിക്കോ.
I invite Anjana for the prayer.
सच्चिदानन्दरूपमे सस्नेहकेदारमे सच्चिदानन्द सच्चिदानन्दरूपमे सस्नेहकेदारमे സത്തായ മാർഗം തെളിച്ചിടുവാൻ സത്യസ്വരൂപാ വിഭോ ഓ സച്ചിദാനന്ദ രൂപമേ ജീവിത നൗക തുഴഞ്ഞിടുവാൻ ദേവാവരമരുളോ ജീവിത നൗക തുഴഞ്ഞിടുവാൻ ദേവാവരമരുളോ ഭുവനേക ശാന്തിതൻ പൂന്തെന്നൽ വീശാൻ ഭുവനേക ശാന്തിതൻ പൂന്തെന്നൽ വീശാൻ ഭുവനേശ്വര കൈ തൊഴുന്നേ ഓ സച്ചിദാനന്ദ രൂപമേ.
Thank you, Anjana. World Population Day is an annual event observed on July 11 every year, which seeks to raise awareness of global population issues. And National Statistic Day is celebrated on June 29 on the birth anniversary of late Professor Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis and is an acknowledgement of his contributions to national statistics system. So today we are gathered here for the PPT competition in association with National Statistic Day and World Population Day. And the theme of the PPT competition is SDG 2, Zero Hunger. End hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. This is the mission statement of the same. The Sustainable Development Goals 2 are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. Since we've got a clear idea about today's topic for the PPT competition, let's move on to the next segment, that is welcoming you all to the event. I invite our Association Secretary, Ms. Arya Manohar, to welcome each and everyone.
Greetings of the day to one now present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to National Statistics Day and World Population Day PowerPoint presentations. First of all, let me welcome our resource person, Ms. Neha Augustine, to this program. Ralph Waldo said, "A great man is always willing to be little." This quote best suits her personality. With all due respect, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arya.
Let me welcome Ms. Aishwarya Paul, HOD of Mathematics Department, despite her absence. I welcome Ms. Anupama and all other teachers and my friends to this program. Now, I cannot think of starting this program without welcoming Sujitha ma'am. She's a retired HOD of Statistics Department. She's a helping hand to all of us. I wholeheartedly welcome Sujitha ma'am despite her absence. Now, let me invite all the contestants of today's competition. Wishing you all the best. Once again, welcoming you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Arya. Now I invite Ms. Anupama, faculty of our department, to give the presidential address.
Respected Chief Guest of the day, Ms. Sneha Agustin, teachers, students from other colleges, and my dear students. In this pandemic situation, we all have accepted the new normal. Being negative is the new positive. Social distance is the new way of expressing our love. Smile behind the mask is the new warm smile. Your teachers and friends have become actors whom we can only see. We can only see through them through the screen. Your mobile phones has become your new partners. This all sudden new normal was accepted by all of us within a short span of time, and this was possible only because of our thinking. Our thinking, our belief that every problem has a solution. This thinking was developed because of some invisible subject. Among them, an important one is our statistics. Once H.G. Wells, an English writer, said, statistical thinking will one day be as necessary for efficient citizenship as the ability to read and write. Today, we all have gathered here to explore our statistical thinking and celebrate National Statistics Day, which is celebrated on June 29th, and World Population Day through the PPT competition with the topic SDG 2. To enhance the specialty of this program, we have with us Ms. Neha Agustin, Proctor, Talview as the chief guest. So I once again welcome her to our program and all the best to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now let's move on to the main part of the event, the PPT competition. അപ്പം 10 ടീംസാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നിവിടെ കോമ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പം ഇനി പറയാൻ പോകുന്നത് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പൻസിന്റെ ശ്രദ്ധയ്ക്കാണ്. 7 മിനിറ്റ് ആണ് നമ്മുടെ പ്രസന്റേഷന്റെ ടൈം ലിമിറ്റ്. അപ്പം 6th മിനിറ്റിൽ ഒരു വാർണിംഗ് ബെൽ ഉണ്ടാവും ആൻഡ് 7th മിനിറ്റിൽ ഒരു ബെല്ലടിക്കും. അതാണ് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ബെല്ല്. മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. 2 ബെല്ലുണ്ടാവും. ഫസ്റ്റ് ബെൽ വാർണിംഗ് ആണ്, അത് 6th മിനിറ്റിൽ അടിക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ 7th മിനിറ്റിൽ സെക്കൻഡ് ബെൽ, അത് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ കറക്റ്റ് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം. മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പം ഫസ്റ്റ് ടീമിനെ ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുവാണ്, റോസ്മേരി ആൻഡ് രേഷ്മ. റോസ്മേരി.
Sorry to interrupt. Reshma, could you please unmute?
Rishma,
Miss,
ready alla?
രേഷ്മ ഇയാളുടെ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ
ready.
കാണുന്നില്ല.
Okay. Ma'am, net issue ഉണ്ട്.
ഒന്ന് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ
Okay.
പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ട്രൈ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയേ. നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത ടീമിലേക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഇയാളുടെ നെറ്റ് ഇഷ്യൂ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ശരിയാവായിരിക്കും.
എന്നാ നെക്സ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പന്റിനെ വിളിക്കാം അല്ലെ?
അതെ അതെ വിളിച്ചു.
Fida Fatima.
Yes, I'm here.
Are you there?
Let me present my screen. Yes.
Okay.
Let me present my screen. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Fida Fatima from Providence Women's College. When I showed up for my first day of work here, I thought that the happiness and prosperity of our future generation depend on how smartly we can control the growth of population so that our coming generation are able to enjoy resources that mankind has been blessed with. I wish you the best wishes on the World Population Day. Our presentation topic is SDG 2, Zero Hunger. Sustainable Development Goals are the world's shared plan to end extreme poverty, reduce inequality, and protect the planet by 2030. Adopted by 193 countries in 2015, the SDGs emerged from the most inclusive and comprehensive negotiation in UN history and have inspired from across sectors, geographies, and culture. They end up with 17 goals, but they raised 300 issues through that community consultation process. And so tagged within each of these 17 goals is actually a great deal of consultation and a great deal of thoughts. So what are the 17 goals? 1. No poverty. 2. Zero hunger. 3. Good health and well-being. 4. Quality education. 5. Gender equality. 6. Clean water and sanitation. 7. Affordable and clean energy. 8. Decent work and economic growth. 9. Industry, innovation and infrastructure. 10. Reduced inequalities. 11. Sustainable cities and communities. 12. Responsible consumption and production. 13. Climate action. 14. Life below water. 15. Life on land. 16. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. 17. Partnership for the goals. The United Nations 17th Sustainable Development Goal aims to achieve decent lives for all on a healthy planet by 2030. As things stand, most of them are likely to be missed. This is partly because they fail to address human population growth. Here, I'm going to introduce a term, human population. Today, July 11th, we celebrated as World Population Day. We know that the current world population is 7.9 billion. 200 years ago, world population was just over 1 billion. Since the number of people on the planet grew more than sevenfold to 7.9 billion in 2021, how is the world population distributed across region and how did it change over this period of rapid global growth? In this visualization, we see historical population estimated by regions from 1820 through 2019. These estimates are published by the History Database of the Global Environmental and the United Nations Population.
You're not changing your slides.
Please repeat. സ്ലൈഡ് ചേഞ്ച് ആവുന്ന കാണുന്നില്ല.
ഇല്ല ഫിദ,
Slide
ചേഞ്ച്
mode.
ആവുന്നില്ല.
അപ്പൊ ഇപ്പൊ ഏത് സ്ലൈഡിലാണുള്ളത്?
ഇപ്പോഴും ഫിദ ഫാത്തിമ TP എന്നുള്ള സ്ലൈഡിലാണുള്ളത്.
ഓ ഐ എം സോറി, എനിക്ക് അറിയില്ല എന്താ പറ്റിയെന്ന്. വാട്ട് ഐ ഡു ദെൻ?
ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സ്ലൈഡിലേക്ക് വന്നോളൂ, പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട്.
ഇപ്പൊ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
പ്രസന്റേഷൻ പോയി, ഒന്നും കൂടെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തേ.
ആ ഓക്കെ. എനിക്ക് ടൈം കിട്ടുമോ?
അയാള് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യും, നോക്കാം.
ഓക്കെ.
ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞത് വരെ മതി, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള സ്ലൈഡ് തൊട്ട് തുടങ്ങിക്കോ. തുടക്കം തൊട്ട് വേണ്ട.
ഈ ഒരു സ്ലൈഡും ഇവിടെയാണ് ഇപ്പൊ എത്തിയത്. ഓക്കെ, ഞാൻ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യട്ടെ. ഐ എം സോറി ഫോർ ദ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക്. Okay, in this visualization, we see historical population estimated by regions from 1820 through 2019. These estimates are published by the History Database of the Global Environmental and the United Nations population from 1950 onwards. Can you see this slide? Please unmute your mic and answer me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The World Population Statistics gives us the population in 2019. That is, Oceania had 42.13 million, Latin America 648.12 million, North America 366.6 million, Europe 747.18 million, Africa 1.31 billion, Asia 4.6 billion. Then the total is 7.71 billion according to 2019 survey result. Then population density. Population density describes the number of individuals occupying an area in relation to the size of the area they occupy. There is an equation. Population density equals number of people divided by land area. In this visualization, we can figure out the exact meaning of population density. With the increase in mass migration of people from rural areas to cities as a part of industrialization, absence of family planning, and for labor, population density beyond control. Due to increasing population density, demand for food increases and availability of food decreases, and it becomes more expensive. Famine victims worldwide since 1816s. This chart compares the number of famine deaths per decades. Looking at the world as whole, it is very difficult to square Malthus' hypothesis. The world population increasing from less than 1 billion to today, the number of people dying due to famine in recent decades is only a tiny of that in previous era. We might naturally think that the explanation for this trend lies in increasing agricultural food production. Indeed, food supply per person has been seen in the interactive line chart shown. The large increase in global population being met with an even greater increase in food supply. So, per capita food supply has increased as population have grown, largely due to increasing yields. Population growth is high where hunger is high, but that doesn't mean population growth make hunger inevitable. Here, the relevance of zero hunger is important. Zero hunger is second sustainable development goal. Then, how can we achieve zero hunger? Create more advanced biologically modified plants through biotechnology, promote vertical farming, encourage sustainable variety of crops, reduce food waste, providing agricultural subsidies and incentives. Social protection measures in rural and urban areas help the poor and hungry escape their situation. Pro-poor investment in rural and urban areas stimulate income generation. Hunger can be eliminated in our lifetime. #Zero Hunger. For this PowerPoint presentation, I refer a book named An Essay on the Principle of Population by Thomas Robert Malthus and some of the sites that I mentioned here. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fida.
Can I stop this presentation?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next I welcome Habis and Devananda for the presentation.
Good morning, ma'am. Hello, Devananda. Can you hear me? Hello. Oh, ഒരു
We can hear you.
അവിടെ മഴ പെയ്തിട്ട് കറണ്ടിന്റെ കണക്ഷൻ ഒന്ന് പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഹലോ
ഹലോ
ഓക്കെ, റെഡി അല്ലേ? ദേവനന്ദ, കണക്ഷൻ റെഡി അല്ലേ? ഒരു ക്രാക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ ഓക്കെ അല്ലേ?
ഓക്കെ ആണ്. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്, ഞാൻ എന്റെ സിസ്റ്റം എടുത്ത് വെക്കട്ടെ.
ഓക്കെ, സോറി ഫോർ ദി ഇൻകൺവീനിയൻസ്. ഹലോ ദേവനന്ദ,
ഹലോ.
റെഡി അല്ലേ? ദേവനന്ദ റെഡി അല്ലേ? കണക്ഷൻ ഇടന്ന് വിട്ടു പോയില്ലല്ലോ അല്ലേ? പോയില്ലല്ലോ.
ഇല്ലാന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു.
Ma'am, can we start?
Yes, you can.
Good morning all. Congratulations World Food Program for winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 2020.
Hello, it is July 11, World Population Day. We, Devananda, have received from Ramanujan School of Mathematics and Science, Pondicherry University, are here to have a presentation on the theme of National Statistical Day 2021.
That is one more decade to zero hunger.
Mahatma Gandhi പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, there are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread.
So let's start our PowerPoint presentation with our first heading, SDG 2 Zero Hunger. First of all, what is meant by SDG? എന്താണ് ഈ SDG എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ? SDG means സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസ് അഥവാ സുസ്ഥിര വികസന ലക്ഷ്യങ്ങൾ. ഇതിനെ ഗ്ലോബൽ ഗോൾസ് എന്നും അറിയപ്പെടാറുണ്ട്. അതായത് നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള ലോകത്തെ നമ്മൾ തന്നെ നിർവചിക്കുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് SDG എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അഥവാ അവ എല്ലാ രാജ്യങ്ങൾക്കും ബാധകമാണ്. ലളിതമായി പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആരും പിന്നിലല്ലെന്ന് ഉറപ്പുവരുത്തുക. There are 17 sustainable goals and the most important one is zero hunger.
2015 യുണൈറ്റഡ് നേഷൻ ജനറൽ അസംബ്ലി തയ്യാറാക്കിയ 17 SDGകളിൽ പട്ടിണി അവസാനിപ്പിക്കാനും ഭക്ഷ്യസുരക്ഷ കൈവരിക്കാനും പോഷകാഹാരക്കുറവ് മെച്ചപ്പെടുത്താനും വേണ്ടിയാണ് സീറോ ഹങ്കർ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. 2030 ഹങ്കർ ഇല്ലാതാക്കുക എന്നതാണ് ലക്ഷ്യം.
First of all, let's look what is mean by hunger.
Hunger means that a people go for entire days without eating due to the lack of money, lack of access to food or other resources.
Next is an important question. Why do people go hungry? എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ജനങ്ങൾ വിശക്കുന്നു? And the most important points are, first one is climate changing, poor governance, demographic growth, industrial agriculture, unfair trade patterns, social inequality, poor education, armed conflicts, and natural calamities, and the pandemic like COVID-19.
COVID and hunger rate. The World Bank estimates that 71 million people will be pushed into extreme poverty.
ഈ കാണുന്ന ഗ്രാഫ് ഈ COVID-19 വന്നിരുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ അണ്ടർ നൗറിഷ്ഡ് പീപ്പിളിന്റെ എണ്ണവും COVID-19 വന്നതിന് ശേഷമുള്ള അണ്ടർ നൗറിഷ്ഡ് പീപ്പിളിന്റെ എണ്ണവുമാണ്. ഇതിലെ ബെസ്റ്റ് കേസായ ഈ ബ്ലൂ എടുത്ത് നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും നമുക്ക് എത്ര ഭീകരമാണ് ഈ കണക്ക് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാവും.
Is population hungry is directly connected? ഇതിനുത്തരമായി 1798 റോബർട്ട് മാൽത്തൂസിയൻ ലോ ഓഫ് പോപ്പുലേഷൻ പുറത്തു കൊണ്ടുവന്നു.
ദ മാൽത്തൂസിയൻ ലോ ഓഫ് പോപ്പുലേഷൻ, അതായത് കാലത്തിനനുസരിച്ച് പോപ്പുലേഷൻ ഉയരുന്നത് ജിയോമെട്രിക് പ്രോഗ്രഷൻ ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിനാവശ്യമായ ഭക്ഷ്യവസ്തുക്കൾ ഉയരുന്നത് അരിത്തമെറ്റിക് പ്രോഗ്രഷനിലാണെന്ന് റോബർട്ട് മാൽത്തോസ് പറയുകയുണ്ടായി. എന്നാൽ 20-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിന്റെ മധ്യകാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ പോലും യൂറോപ്യൻ നഗരങ്ങളിലെ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ എക്സ്പ്ലോയിറ്റേഷൻ, അതായത് ജനസംഖ്യ വിസ്ഫോടനം ഉണ്ടായപ്പോൾ പോലും നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും പിടിച്ചു നിന്നു. സോ മാൽത്തോസിയൻ ലോ ഓഫ് പോപ്പുലേഷൻ തെറ്റാണെന്ന് കാലം തെളിയിച്ചു. എങ്കിലും പോപ്പുലേഷനും ഹങ്കറും തമ്മിൽ ഒരു ബന്ധമുണ്ട്.
പോപ്പുലേഷൻ കൂടുമ്പോൾ അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് കൂടുകയും അത് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ഓഫ് ലിവിംഗ് കുറയ്ക്കുകയും തുടർന്ന് പോവർട്ടി കൂടുകയും അതുവഴി ഹങ്കർ കൂടുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ ചിത്രം 1993 കെവിൻ കാർട്ടർ എടുത്തതാണ്. ഈ ചിത്രവും അതിനു പിന്നിലുള്ള കഥയും നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. ഇന്ന് 29 വർഷങ്ങൾ പിന്നിട്ടു. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ അവസ്ഥ എന്താണ്? Whether we grew up or went down needs to be checked.
ഇത് 2020 ഹങ്കർ മാപ്പാണ്.
Now let's check some key facts. ലോകത്തിലെ 8 ബില്യൺ ജനങ്ങളിൽ 8.9% ആളുകളും ഹംഗ്രിയാണ്. Globally 9 million people die due to hunger and in that 3.1 million are children. In every 10 seconds a child dies due to hunger.
സീറോ ഹങ്കറിന് 8 ടാർഗറ്റ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. അതിലെ ആദ്യത്തെ 5 ടാർഗറ്റ്സ് 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.5 എന്നത് 2030 നമ്മൾ എവിടെ എത്തും എന്ന് കാണിക്കുന്നതാണ്. അതിന് താഴത്തുള്ള 2.A, 2.B, 2.C എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ സീറോ ഹങ്കർ എന്ന ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തും എന്ന് കാണിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് സീറോ ഹങ്കർ പ്രോഗ്രാം കംസ് ഇൻ ടു ആക്ഷൻ ഇൻ 2015. Now it's 2021. Where are we now? Are we close to the goal or are we in the right track? Let us look what statistical data says.
ഇവിടെ ഗ്ലോബൽ ഹങ്കർ മെഷർ ചെയ്യാൻ ഗ്ലോബൽ ഹങ്കർ ഇൻഡെക്സ് ആണ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. GHI is a tool, a multi-dimensional statistical tool used to describe the state of country's hunger situation. GHI ഓരോ വർഷം തോറുമാണ് കണക്കാക്കപ്പെടാറ്. GHI is equal to 1/3 part of population that are undernourished plus 1/3 part of the underweight children under 5 plus 1/3 part of the proportion of child dying before the age of 5.
ഇത് 2015 GHI മാപ്പാണ്, ഗ്ലോബൽ ഹങ്കർ ഇൻഡെക്സ് മാപ്പ്. അന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ വേൾഡ് GHI സ്കോർ 21.7 ആണ്. അത് 2018 എത്തിയപ്പോൾ 20.9 ആയി. അത് 2020 എത്തിയപ്പോൾ 18.2 ആയി. അതായത് 5 വർഷങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് ആകെ കുറഞ്ഞത് വെറും 3.5 മാത്രം. ഇനി 1990 പോയിന്റ് GHI സ്കോർ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് 35.4 ആണ്. അത് 2015 എത്തിയപ്പോൾ 21.7 ആയി. 25 വർഷങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് 25 സ്കോർ പോലും കുറഞ്ഞില്ല. എന്നാൽ 2000 അത് 28.2, 2020 18.2 20 വർഷങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് ആകെ കുറഞ്ഞത് 10 സ്കോർ മാത്രം.
ഇത് ഓരോ രാജ്യങ്ങളുടെയും 1990 മുതൽ 2020 വരെ ഉള്ള GHI വന്ന മാറ്റങ്ങൾ കാണിക്കുന്ന പട്ടികയാണ്.
സോ നമുക്ക് ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് എന്തൊക്കെ മനസ്സിലായി നോക്കാം. 17 countries over the world show positive response to SDG 2 with GSI less than 5. At the same time, 9 countries GHI lies above 30. അതായത് ഡെവലപ്ഡ് കൺട്രി ആയ അമേരിക്കയും യൂറോപ്യൻ രാജ്യങ്ങളും മറ്റും GHI നേരത്തെ തന്നെ കുറവായിരുന്നു. അത് അവർ വരും വർഷങ്ങളിൽ വലിയ തോതിൽ കുറച്ച് കൊണ്ടുവരുന്നു. എന്നാൽ ഡെവലപ്പിംഗ് കൺട്രിയായ ഇന്ത്യ പോലെയുള്ള കൺട്രികളിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ കഴിയുന്നത് GHIയുടെ റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ചേഞ്ച് വളരെ കുറവാണ്.
Zero hunger in India. Where India stands? GHI കണക്ക് ഇന്ത്യ 94ാം റാങ്ക് ആണ്. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ നൈബറിംഗ് കൺട്രീസ് ആയ ചൈനയും ശ്രീലങ്കയും നേപ്പാളും ഇവൻ പാകിസ്ഥാൻ വരെ ഇന്ത്യക്ക് മുൻപിലുണ്ട്. ഇന്ത്യക്ക്
ഇത് 2000 ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഗ്ലോബൽ ഹങ്കർ ഇൻഡെക്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 38.9 ആണ്. അത് 2020 ആയപ്പോൾ ആകെ മാറിയത് 27.2. അതായത് 20 വർഷങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് ആകെ കുറഞ്ഞത് വെറും 11.7 പോയിന്റ്സ് മാത്രമാണ്. ഇനി ഇന്ത്യയിലെ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സിനുള്ള ഹങ്കർ ഇൻഡെക്സ് നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ സ്ഥിതി നേരെ തിരിച്ചാണ്. ലോകത്തെ ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് കേസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 0 ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ബെസ്റ്റ് കേസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 100 ആണ്. ആൻഡ് ഇവിടെ ഏറ്റവും മുന്നിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ കേരളം തന്നെയാണ് 80 പോയിന്റുമായിട്ട്. അതിന്റെ ഏറ്റവും താഴത്ത് ജാർഖണ്ഡിന് കേരളത്തിന്റെ 1/4 പോലുമില്ല. India needs to grow up.
While India is trailing, the agricultural output are either stagnant or declining. Relative income of one section of people have been on its edge. The kind of work a section of people have been doing are less relative and periods of the state is not functional or distribution is not in a scientific and less statistical in various fields.
ഇന്ന് ജൂലൈ 11 2021 2030 ആവാൻ 6 മാസവും 9 വർഷവും ബാക്കി. നമ്മുടെ ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലേക്ക് സീറോ ഹങ്കറിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് എത്തണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ പല പോളിസികളും ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. Here are the list of policies recommended by us. The first one is food should be priced not only by its weight or volume but also its by nutrient density. ഇത് അണ്ടർ നൗറിഷ്ഡ് ആളുകളുടെ എണ്ണം കുറയ്ക്കാൻ വളരെയധികം സഹായിക്കും. Expand social investments for resilience. Strengthen international cooperation for food sector in trades. നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ അമേരിക്കയും യൂറോപ്യൻ രാജ്യങ്ങളിലുമെല്ലാം GHI വളരെ കുറവും ഇന്ത്യ പോലെയുള്ള ഡെവലപ്പിംഗ് രാജ്യങ്ങളിൽ GHI വളരെ കൂടുതലുമാണ്. ഇത് മാറ്റുവാൻ വേണ്ടി നമുക്ക് ഈ രണ്ട് പോളിസീസ് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണ്. In order to decrease population, provide condoms via ration shop. Use statistical data in food distribution.
We are starting the presentation with famous words. There is no food security, but peace and without. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Habis and Devananda. Next, let's move to Ardra and Aisha Simran for the presentation. I invite them for the presentation.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Aisha.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. We, Aisha Simran KV and Adra PK from Providence Women's College, are presenting a PowerPoint on the topic SDG 2 Zero Hunger associated with National Statistics Day and World Population Day. Zero Hunger. Introduction. In 2015, the global community adopted the 17 Global Goals for Sustainable Development to improve people's lives by 2030. Goal 2, Zero Hunger, pledges to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture, and is the priority of the World Food Programme. Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals or Global Goals are a collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. The SDGs were set up in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly and are intended to be achieved by the year 2030. Current estimates are that nearly 690 million people are hungry, or 8.9% of the world population, up by 10 million people in 1 year, and by nearly 60 million in 5 years. The majority of the world's undernourished 381 million are still found in Asia. More than 250 million live in Africa, where the number of undernourished is growing faster than anywhere in the world. In 2019, close to 750 million or nearly 1 in 10 people in the world were exposed to severe levels of food insecurity. An estimated 2 billion people in the world did not have regular access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food in 2019. If recent trends continue, the number of people affected by hunger will surpass 840 million by 2030, or 9.8% of the globe. Changing distribution of world hunger from the year 1990 to 2014. During the time period 1990 to 1992, the people who were hungry were 1015 million, whereas in the time period from 2012 to 14, it was 805 million. Undernourishment by world region. In 2017, undernourishment has effectively decreased among all countries. Population and poverty. Per capita food supply has increased as populations have grown, largely due to increasing yields. Population growth is high where hunger is high, but that does not mean that population growth makes hunger inevitable. On the contrary, we see that hunger has fallen fastest in countries with high population growth. COVID-19 and hungry. Sustainable Development Goals and hunger. This article provides an overview of statistical data on SDG 2 Zero Hunger in the European Union. It is based on the set of EU SDG indicators for monitoring of progress towards the UN Sustainable Development Goals in an EU context. This article is part of a set of statistical articles which are based on the Eurostat publication Sustainable Development in the European Union Monitoring Report on Progress Towards the SDGs in an EU Context 2021 edition. This report is the fifth edition of Eurostat series of monitoring reports on sustainable development, which provide a quantitative assessment of progress of the EU towards the SDGs in an EU context. Target. By 2030, end hunger and ensure access by all people, in particular the poor and people in vulnerable situations, including infants, to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food all year round. By 2030, end all forms of malnutrition, including achieving by 2025 the internationally agreed targets on stunting and wasting in children under 5 years of age and address the nutritional needs of adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women and older persons. The world has made great progress in reducing hunger. There are 300 million fewer hungry people than in 1990 to 1992, despite a 1.9 billion increase in the world's population. But there is still a long way to go, and no one organization can achieve zero hunger if it works alone. If we want to see a world free of hunger by 2030, governments, citizens, civil society organizations, and the private sector must collaborate to invest, innovate, and create lasting solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha and Ardra. Next, I invite Rosemary and Reshma for the presentation. Hey Reshma, we can't hear your audio.
The 17 Global Goals for Sustainable Development to improve people's lives by 2030, Goal to Zero Hunger, pledges to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture, and is the priority of the World Food Program. Definition: Sustainable Development Goals aims to achieve zero hunger. It is one of 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the UN in 2015. In this official wording is end hunger, achieve food security, and improve
Reshma,
nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture.
excuse me, Reshma. We can't see your PPT.
അലീന അലീന പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാവോ ഒന്ന് ഒരു വട്ടവും കൂടി?
ഓക്കെ, തോന്നുന്നു കുറച്ച് നെറ്റ് ഇഷ്യൂസ് ഉണ്ട്, ഒന്ന് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യോ.
Introduction. In 2015, the 17 Global Goals for Sustainable Development to improve people's lives by 2030, Goal to Zero Hunger, pledges to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture, and is the priority of the World Food Program. Definition: Sustainable Development Goals aims to achieve zero hunger. It is one of 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the UN in 2015. In this official wording is end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Purpose of zero hunger. In the SDG aim to end all forms of hunger and malnutrition by 2030, making sure all people, especially children and the more vulnerable, have access to sufficient and nutritious food all year round. Nutrition for zero hunger. In 2019, we launched Nutrition for Zero Hunger, a global initiative focused on providing nutritious food, aid, and nutrition education to communities around in the world. Zero Hunger Challenge. First one, all food systems are sustainable from production to consumption. Second, an end to rural poverty, double small scale producers, incomes and productivity. Third, adapt all food systems to eliminate loss or waste of food. Fourth, access adequate food and healthy diet for all people all year round. Fifth, an end to malnutrition in its form. Targets and indicators. By 2030, end all forms of malnutrition, including achieving by 2025 in the internationally agreed targets on stunting and wasting in children under 5 years of age, prevalence of stunting, prevalence of malnutrition. Statistical overview. The graph provides an overview of statistical data on SDG 2 Zero Hunger in the European Union. It is based on the state of EU SDG indicators for monitoring of progress towards in the UN Sustainable Development Goals in an UN context. SDG seeks to end hunger and malnutrition and ensure access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. Realizing this goal will largely depend on promoting sustainable production system. After and before COVID-19. Before COVID-19, food security was already on the rise. COVID-19 implications, the pandemic is an additional threat to food systems. Conclusion. With one indicator only, the conclusion on the goal equals the conclusion on the following targets. By 2030, to end hunger and ensure access by all people, in particular in poor and people in vulnerable situations, including infants, to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food all year round. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary and Reshma. Now let's move on to the next presentation. For that, I invite Nandana and Hasina.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Nandana PK, and Hasina from Providence Women's College is going to present the PPT on the topic SDG 2 Zero Hunger. SDG 2 End Hunger is the second goal out of 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goal number 2. End hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Hunger occurs when the body does not get enough energy and nutrients it needs each day. It can cause a decrease in mental and physical activities. The food should be safe and nutritious so that we can end the effects of hunger, malnutrition, and stunted growth. Causes of hunger: poverty, natural disasters, weak agriculture and infrastructure, unstable war-torn areas, climate change, discrimination, and population. Solving world hunger will help families and children fighting starvation, can reduce the amount of food thrown out that could be given to people in need, help assist people who are unable to afford food. Under this goal, by 2030, world has committed to end hunger and ensure access to food all year around for all people, in particular the poor and the people in vulnerable situations. Taking care of some factors like agriculture productivity and income of small-scale food producers, promote sustainable food production and resilient agriculture practices, maintain the genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants, and farmed and domesticated animals, increase investment and enhanced international cooperation for it, correct and prevent trade restrictions and distortions in world agriculture markets, limit extreme food price. Taking care of some individual actions like donation of unused and unwanted food to the local food pantries, Supporting hungry people in your community is the first step to end world hunger. The smallest donation can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandana and Hasina. Now I invite Donna Dominic for the presentation.
I hope this slide is visible. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Donna Dominic of BSc Physics, Providence Women's College, and I am here with a presentation on zero hunger. So let me start by saying, what do you mean by hunger? Hunger is a condition in which a person cannot eat sufficient amount of food to meet his basic nutritional needs for a sustained period. Millions of people around us do not have enough food to eat, and it is a surprising fact that hunger kills more people than AIDS, malaria, and TB combined. Hunger can be due to many reasons like poverty, job instability, distribution problem, climatic change, etc. So, in order to end hunger, the United Nations General Assembly introduced SDG 2, which is zero hunger. So, before moving further to zero hunger, let's know something about SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goals are 17 interlinked global goals which focuses on the betterment of the world. SDGs were adopted in the year of 2015 and they are intended to be achieved by the year of 2030. Our topic, zero hunger, is the second amongst the 17 SDGs. So as you can see here, these are the 17 SDGs. So now moving on to our topic, zero hunger. Zero hunger, as I have mentioned earlier, it is the second amongst the 17 global goals and it focuses on the causes and potential solutions to end hunger globally. It calls to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and to promote sustainable agriculture. So our next question is that, what does this zero hunger ensures? It ensures 100% access to adequate food and 100% increase in smallholder productivity and income, and zero stunted children and zero waste of food. And it also ensures that all food systems are sustainable. Now let's discuss the individual goals of SDG 2. Zero hunger contains 8 individual goals in which 5 amongst them tells us about what we want to achieve, and these are complemented by 3 means of implementation. So now let's go to the goals. So starting with what to achieve, the first point is that end hunger by providing universal access to safe and nutritious food to all people, especially the poor and vulnerable people in vulnerable situations. The second point is that end all forms of malnutrition and achieve the internationally agreed targets on stunting and address the nutritional needs of adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women, and older persons. Third point, double the productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers through secure and equal access to land and other productive resources. Fourth point, ensure the sustainable food production systems and resilient agricultural practices, which will strengthen the capacity for adaptation to climatic changes, extreme weather, and other disasters, and this will progressively improve land and soil quality. So, the fifth and last point amongst what to achieve is that maintain the genetic diversity in food production like of seeds, cultivated plants, and plant banks, and promote access to fair sharing of benefits arising from the utilization of genetic resources and associated traditional knowledge. Now let's move on to the ways of implementation of these 5 points which we have discussed now. So our first way of implementation is to invest in rural infrastructure, particularly in roads, storage, and electrification, and investment in agricultural research, technology, and gene banks. Second point, prevent agricultural trade restrictions, market distortions, and export subsidies. And final point amongst how to achieve is that ensure stable food commodity markets and timely access to information, including on food reserves, in order to help to limit the frequent changes in food price. So, now let's discuss how zero hunger changes the world. It helps us to recognize the connections between food systems and their impact on poverty, hunger, malnutrition, climate, etc. And it also brings certain innovative ideas like smart agriculture, food banks, innovative refrigeration technologies, and reduction of food waste. And all these things will bring a positive impact on our economies, health, education, equality, and social development. Finally, how can we start? We can start by adopting a healthy and balanced diet by not wasting food, by sharing food, and by becoming a part of organizations or institutions that provide free food for people, or if that's not possible, try to donate some amount to such institutions so that they could provide food to more people. So, let me conclude my words by saying a quote which goes like this: Hunger is not an issue of charity, but it is an issue of justice. If each one of us are ready to do something to end hunger, then we will be able to wipe out hunger from the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Now let's move to the next presentation. For that, I invite Farhan.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're
Hello.
audible.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Is my slide visible?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to start with the SDG to Zero Hunger, the topic today based on the Population Day and Statistics Day. So SDG to Zero Hunger. It is something like ending hunger, achieving food and food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. So which aspect of hunger does SDG 2 try to tackle specifically? It is the goal to the end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. The goal 2 seeks to sustain solution to end hunger in all its forms by 2030. It's an analysis and prediction that 2030 we can come to an approach or solution in this, that we can achieve food security. The aim is to ensure that everyone everywhere has good quality food to lead a healthy life. A good quality leads to good and productive life, and achieving this goal will require better access to food and widespread promotion of sustainable agriculture. This entails improving the productivity and income of small-scale farming by promoting equal access to land, technology and market, sustainable food production system, and resilient agriculture practices. We have to move forward. We have to leave everything that is making us drop down, because this sustainable agriculture, the urban farming, will make us more promotion to the food production. If every people in urban area starts agriculture in small scale, then the food production will increase. So the production will increase and the hunger will reduce, because the food that is produced is in a large amount, and no wastage of food should be occurred, because the food should be used for the donation. Now we can see what is Sustainable Development Goal Zero Hunger. Sustainable Development Goal to aim to achieve zero hunger. It is one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by United Nations in 2015. The official wording is end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. After the decades of steady decline, the number of people who suffer from hunger, the people who are suffering from hunger, as measured by the prevalence of undernourished, began to slowly increase again in 2015. Current estimates show that nearly 690 million people are hungry, or 8.9% of people, up by 10 million people in 1 year, and by nearly 60 million in 5 years. The world is not on a track to achieve zero hunger by 2030. Now we can see that they're saying it's not on the track, but we are aiming, we are predicting that by doing many aspects and many tasks, everything that we can provide to achieve zero hunger by 2030. If recent trend continues, the number of people affected by hunger would surpass 840 million by 2030. According to the World Food Programme, 135 million suffer from acute hunger, largely due to man-made conflict, climate change, and economic downturns. The COVID-19 pandemic could now double the number, putting an additional 130 million people at risk of suffering acute hunger by the end of 2020. This COVID-19 has made the population a little bit of decline and a large in the amount of production of human resource and the products and food production and other production that are produced globally and widely has come across the reduction in very large amount, with more than 250 million people potentially at the brink of starvation. Fifth, action need to be taken to provide food and humanitarian relief to the most at the risk region. At the same time, a profound change of global food and agriculture system is needed if we are to nourish the more than 690 million people who are hungry today, and additional 2 billion people the world will have by 2050. Increasing agriculture, productivity, and sustainable food production are crucial to help alleviate the perils of hunger. The SDGs aim to end all forms of hunger and malnutrition by 2030, making sure all people, especially children, because children are the next generation, they have to promote, because the children will make a change that are going to be changed. Have a sufficient and nutritious food all year. This involves promoting sustainable agriculture, supporting small-scale farmers, and equal access to land, technology, and market. This have to be provided to the people so they can utilize it for their resource. Then goal to aims to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition. The nutrition are very important, and promote sustainable agriculture by 2030. The triple burden of malnutrition, undernutrition, hidden hunger, and overweight threatens the survival, growth, and development of children and young people. Well-nourished children are better able to grow and lean to participate in their community and to rely in the face of disease, disaster, and other emergencies. Goal 2 is zero hunger, pledge to end hunger, achieve the food security. The security should be attained for this to achieve zero hunger, that no people will be starved. Improve nutrition, promote sustainable agriculture. To move forward, agriculture has to be promoted and is the priority of the food program, World Food Program. What is the SDG? What is SDG zero hunger important? Why is it important? A world with zero hunger can positively impact our economic, health, education, equality, and social development. It's a key piece of building a better future for everyone. Additionally, with hunger limiting human development, we will not be able to achieve the other sustainable development goals, such as education, health, and gender equality. What are the solutions to this? The solution number 1 is sustainable food. So that fund everything with all the resources we can produce sustainable and nutritive food. Access to credit. There are many organizations are helping people in poor countries to gain access to credits. Most of these credits loans are repaid. Then food donations. Food donation is the most important aspect because there are many storage of food or the production industries where produce more food, and most of them are used as waste. So coming to that food donation, there are 2 aspects. Food aspect is a humanitarian service, and the other aspect is to stop food wastage, where the people can donate their food, which are where the food industries have wasted that part before that become bad or destroyed. That can be used for food donation. Then the transition. These are hunger, and statistically we can see what is Indonesia and India, that the graph we can see with the aspect correct, how high or low the aspect is. This is the red ink extremely alarming and reduce food wastage. Thank you. We can use this. Thank you for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Farhan. Now I invite Nada, Aisha, and Naura for the presentation.
നൗറ സ്ക്രീൻ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ആ
ഓക്കെ, സ്ലൈഡ് മാറുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ആ ആ
ഓക്കെ,
ഹലോ എവ്രിവൺ, തുടങ്ങട്ടെ?
യെസ്.
ഹലോ, ആം ഐ ഓഡിബിൾ?
യെസ്, ഓഡിബിൾ ഓഡിബിൾ.
സീറോ ഹങ്കർ എന്നുള്ള ഈ പ്രൊജക്റ്റിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടാണ് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഞാനും ഐ എം നൂറ and my partner is Nada Aisha. And ഫസ്റ്റ് സെക്ഷന് നമ്മൾ എന്താ പറയാൻ പോകുന്നതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസ്. സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾസ് എന്താന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്യണം. UN 17 ഗോൾസ് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് സെക്കൻഡ് ഗോൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള സീറോ ഹങ്കർ ആണ്. നമ്മൾ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ് എന്തെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ടു ഷോ ദ ടാർഗറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ചാലഞ്ചസ് ഓഫ് SDG2 ആൻഡ് ദ പോസിബിൾ സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് വിത്ത് ഡാറ്റാബേസ്. ഈ ടാർഗറ്റ്സും ചാലഞ്ചസും ഒക്കെ കാണിച്ചിട്ട് വിത്ത് പ്രോപ്പർ എവിഡൻസ് വി ആർ ഫോക്കസിങ് ഓൺ ദി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഇഷ്യൂ. സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ഗോൾ 2 എന്താണ്? സീറോ ഹങ്കർ എന്നാണ് ഇതിനെ വിളിക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ഹങ്കർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആ ഒരു അവസ്ഥയെ തുടച്ചു മാറ്റുക എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ലക്ഷ്യത്തോടു കൂടിയാണ് ഇത് വന്നത്. ഈ ഇത് തുടച്ചു മാറ്റുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ അഗ്രികൾച്ചർ ഇംപ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാനും ഫുഡ് സെക്യൂരിറ്റി അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്യാനും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇംപ്രൂവ്ഡ് ന്യൂട്രീഷൻ, ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് ഇതിലുള്ള ടാർഗറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഹലോ,
Hi, you may continue.
സ്ലൈഡ് ഒന്ന് ചെയ്യും. ഹലോ, എൻ്റെ സ്ലൈഡ് ചേഞ്ച് ആവുന്നില്ല.
ഹലോ
വാട്ട് ഈസ് സീറോ ഹങ്കർ? ഇപ്പൊ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. സ്ലൈഡ് ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്ത്. സീറോ ഹങ്കർ എന്താന്ന് കണ്ടു. ഇനി ഇതിന്റെ ഗോൾ എന്താണെന്നുള്ളതാണ് പറയുന്നത്. എൻഡ് ഹങ്കർ, അച്ചീവ് ഫുഡ് സെക്യൂരിറ്റി ആൻഡ് ഇംപ്രൂവ് ന്യൂട്രീഷൻ ആൻഡ് പ്രൊമോട്ട് സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ അഗ്രികൾച്ചർ. ദീസ് ആർ ദ ഗോൾസ് ഓഫ് സീറോ ഹങ്കർ. വൈ ഡസ് ഇറ്റ് മാറ്റർ? എന്തിനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന് ഫോക്കസ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്? Because extreme hunger and malnutrition remains a barrier to sustainable development and creates a trap from which people cannot easily escape. Hunger and malnutrition means less productive individuals who are more prone to diseases and thus often unable to earn more and improve their livelihood. 2 billion people in the world do not have regular access to safe, nutritious and sufficient food. ഹങ്കർ മാപ്പ് ആണ്. ഇതിൽ പറയുന്നത് എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ 821 മില്യൺ പീപ്പിൾ ആണ് ഡു നോട്ട് ഗെറ്റ് ഇനഫ് ടു ഈറ്റ്. രാത്രി കിടക്കാൻ പോകുമ്പോൾ ഫുഡ് ഇല്ലാതെ പട്ടിണിയോടെ പോകുന്നത് 821 മില്യൺ ആളുകളാണ്. നമുക്കറിയാം ഈ മാപ്പ് കാണുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലാകുന്നത് ആഫ്രിക്ക കോണ്ടിനെന്റിലുള്ള മെജോറിറ്റി ഓഫ് കൺട്രീസ് ആർ അണ്ടർ അക്യൂട്ട് ഫുഡ് ഷോർട്ടേജ്. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ദ കോസ് ഓഫ് ഹങ്കർ. സെക്ഷൻ 2. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു അവസ്ഥ വരുന്നത്? പല കാരണങ്ങളുമുണ്ട്. മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് പറയാനുള്ളത് ദ അൺഈവൻ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഓഫ് ഹങ്കർ ആൻഡ് മാൽന്യൂട്രീഷൻ ഇൻ ഓൾ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഫോംസ് റൂട്ടഡ് ഇൻ ഇനീക്വാലിറ്റീസ് ഓഫ് സോഷ്യൽ, പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ആൻഡ് എക്കണോമിക് പവർ. ഫുഡ് റിസോഴ്സസ് ഈവൻ ആയിട്ട് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാത്തതാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രശ്നം. It is because of the main political and social inequalities prevalent in our world. പിന്നുള്ളത് ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ഷോക്സ്. ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ഷോക്സ് അഫക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അഗ്രികൾച്ചറിനെയാണല്ലോ നമ്മൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പം അത് ക്ലൈമറ്റ് കാരണം ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന വേരിയേഷൻസ്. പിന്നെ സിവിൽ ഇൻസെക്യൂരിറ്റി ആൻഡ് ഡിക്ലൈനിങ് ഫുഡ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കുറഞ്ഞു പോകുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇപ്പോൾ പാൻഡമിക്കും ഇതിന് നന്നായിട്ട് ഇമ്പാക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ട് ഈ ഓൾറെഡി നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന ഈ ഫുഡ് ക്രൈസിസിൽ. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ലോസ് ഓഫ് ലോക്കൽ അഗ്രികൾച്ചറിന് നേരിടുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ, ഗ്രോയിങ് പോപ്പുലേഷൻസ്. പ്രയോറിറ്റി ഗോൾസ് ആൻഡ് ടാർഗറ്റ്സ്. ആദ്യത്തെ ടാർഗറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് യൂണിവേഴ്സൽ ആക്സസ് ടു സേഫ് ആൻഡ് ന്യൂട്രീഷ്യസ് ഫുഡ്. സെക്കൻഡ് വൺ, എൻഡ് ഓൾ ഫോംസ് ഓഫ് മാൽന്യൂട്രീഷൻ. Double the productivity and incomes of small scale food producers, sustainable food production and resilient agricultural practices, maintain the genetic diversity in food production. അടുത്ത ഗോൾസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ റൂറൽ ഇൻഫ്രാസ്ട്രക്ചർ, അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ റിസർച്ച്, ടെക്നോളജി ആൻഡ് ജീൻ ബാങ്ക്സ്, പ്രിവെന്റ് അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ ട്രേഡ് റെസ്ട്രിക്ഷൻസ്, മാർക്കറ്റ് ഡിസ്റ്റോർഷൻസ് ആൻഡ് എക്സ്പോർട്ട് സബ്സിഡീസ്, എൻഷുർ സ്റ്റേബിൾ ഫുഡ് കമ്മോഡിറ്റി മാർക്കറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ടൈംലി ആക്സസ് ടു ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. ഇങ്ങനെ 8 എണ്ണമാണ് ഉള്ളത്. ബെനിഫിറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് സീറോ ഹങ്കർ. ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് എന്താണ് നേട്ടമുള്ളത്? നമുക്കറിയാം, നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞു ഒരു SDG മാത്രമല്ല ഉള്ളത്. അതിൽ നമ്മൾ ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ SDG 2 എന്നുള്ള ഈ സീറോ ഹങ്കർ പ്രൊജക്ട് നടപ്പിലാക്കിയാൽ മോർ ദാൻ ഹാഫ് ഓഫ് ദ അതർ SDGs ക്യാൻ ഓൾസോ ബി അക്കംപ്ലിഷ്ഡ് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യമാണ് ഇതിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ബെനിഫിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. SDG 1 ആയിട്ടുള്ള പോവേർട്ടി ആണ് ഫസ്റ്റ് തന്നെ ഈ SDG 2 അക്കംപ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം കൂടെ തന്നെ അതും നിറവേറ്റാൻ ആ ഒരു SDG 1 ഗോളും നിറവേറ്റാൻ നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ SDG 3, SDG 8, SDG 5 and also SDG 13 are interlinked to the SDG 2. Now what are the challenges? Challenges എന്തെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ലീഡേഴ്സ് ഈ ഒരു പ്രശ്നത്തിനെ അഡ്രസ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ലീഡേഴ്സ് മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട് നമ്മളെ നാട്ടിൽ ഉള്ള പട്ടിണി ദാരിദ്ര്യം എത്രത്തോളമാണെന്ന്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടുണ്ടാകുന്നു ആ കാര്യവും അവർക്ക് ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പിക്ചർ വേണം. They should address it like gender inequality, geographic inequality and absolute poverty. And the government should also call for concrete actions from the grassroots level. താഴെ കിട തൊട്ട് തന്നെ എല്ലാ ആക്ഷൻസും അവര് അഡ്രസ് ചെയ്യണം. അതായത് ജസ്റ്റ് പെട്ടെന്നുണ്ടാകുന്ന മാൽന്യൂട്രീഷൻ കേസസ് അല്ലാതെ we should target on the first 1000 days of a life. Measuring the progress towards zero hunger. നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ സാധിച്ചത് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ സീറോ ഹങ്കർ എന്നുള്ള പ്രൊജക്ട് പദ്ധതി നമ്മൾ നടപ്പാക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിലും 2030 ആണ് ഇതിന് നമ്മൾ വെച്ച ടാർഗറ്റ് ഇയർ. പക്ഷെ അത് ആ ഒരു ഡേറ്റ് കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇത് നേടാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാര്യമല്ല എന്നാണ് ഇതുവരെയുള്ള ഡാറ്റകളിൽ നിന്നും നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. ഓവറോൾ പ്രോഗ്രസ് ഇൻഡിക്കേറ്റർ എന്ന ഈ മാപ്പ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ വേൾഡ് ബാങ്കിന്റെ മാപ്പാണ്. 1983 തൊട്ട് 2016 വരെ ഉള്ള ഈ കാലയളവിൽ ഇപ്പോഴും ചിൽഡ്രൻ വേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ട ചിൽഡ്രൻ എന്നാണ് ഇവരെ വിളിക്കുന്നത്. വേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുക എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആവറേജ് വെയിറ്റും ഹൈറ്റും കോമ്പാക്റ്റബിൾ അല്ലാത്തൊരു അവസ്ഥ വരിക. അതായത് അവർക്ക് ഹെൽത്തി ആയിട്ട് ഒരു അഡൾട്ട്ഹുഡ് എത്തിപ്പെടാൻ പറ്റാത്ത സാഹചര്യം. ഇത് അഭിമുഖീകരിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികളുടെ എണ്ണമാണ് ഈ മാപ്പിൽ നിന്നും കാണാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. ഇത് അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ പ്രോസസ്സിനാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിൽ ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ചേഞ്ച് ആണ് ഈ അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ പ്രോഗ്രസിനെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വെല്ലുവിളിയായിട്ട് നേരിടുന്നത്. അഗ്രികൾച്ചറിന് എത്രത്തോളം ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് ഉണ്ട്, നമ്മൾ അഗ്രികൾച്ചറിൽ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണതാണ് ഹങ്കർ എൻഡ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ മാർഗം എന്ന് കാണിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഗ്രാഫാണിത്, വേൾഡ് ബാങ്കിന്റെ തന്നെ.
As we all know that today is World Population Day and the topic we have chosen as SDG to zero hunger. But what is the connection between hunger and population? Does population growth increase hunger? Actually, the studies have concluded that rapid population growth is not only the effect of hunger. Population growth is also a part of reason, but it is not. We cannot confine it as the result because in 1989, Cornell University sociologists Frederick Battel and Laura Reynolds published a careful study of population growth, and they have concluded that population of poorer countries and those countries where the poorest 20% of population earned a smaller percentage of nation's total income and had less to eat. In other words, poverty and inequality cause hunger, but the reason behind poverty may be concluded as population increase in the rapid population growth, but the hunger cannot be confined only to the reason of population growth. This is a graphical representation showing the change in the GHI varies population growth over the period of 1992 to 2015. From this, we can conclude that we are confining the reason of hunger to the increase in population. Actually, population increase has part of the hunger, but the main reason is inequality and poverty. This is a graphical representation showing that and the GHI score of different countries. Sources of income. Why poverty is a big question. But none of the countries have found a remarkable solution to this question. This is a bar graph representation showing the sources of income between poor and rich. The poor people, this data was taken from World Bank's 2008 report, and 4 countries representation is there. Actually, agriculture can invest a big part to the income, but due to our inequality, this is not done. 65% of the world workforce living between the poverty line rely on agriculture, and the United Nations have found, or the World Bank has found, investing in the agriculture sector is 2 to 4 times more effective at raising income among the world's poorest. What is the progress update? The first one is COVID impact. How COVID has affected this hunger initiative or the project of this. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic is producing dramatic effect of economic and social life of many countries, which is in turn many further undermine people's health and well-being. Food systems are already being highly impacted by the pandemic. So within the hunger, it is more hunger right now in the pandemic. And the second one is SDG2 report of 2020 BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC is actually an organization of different countries, including Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar. And this shows that among the BIMSTEC countries, Thailand is the best performer with a score of 74.5, and India is the poorest. It is 61.9. This is the This is taken from the Sustainable Development Report 2020. This is a malnutrition burden in BIMSTEC countries. From this also we can understand the state of the world citizens. Now, what is Global Hunger Index? The GHI is the tool that measures and tracks hunger globally as well as region and by the countries. The GHI is calculated annually, and its results appear in the report issued in October each year. India was at 93 in 2015. India was at 102. India's GHI was 102 in 2019, and GHI index 2020 is 94. What are the solutions and models to this? We have to reduce food wastage and make nutrition a priority, eradicate poverty through skill development and employment, promote urban farming, higher education and government intervention in empowering women, climate and smart agriculture, controlling infestation and crop infections. These are the important things to next step we can take to reduce hunger. Some models, I would like to explain some of the models. This is Operation Suleimani, and the picture is Prashant Nayak, ex-Kozhikode district collector. All of us know about this project. Operation Suleimani is a free food program introduced in the city of Kozhikode, India by district administration and Kerala Hotel and Restaurant Associations. There are now more than 25 coupon distribution centers in 14 zones of Kozhikode district as of May 2016. Around 10,000 meals were served through Operation Suleimani. And another project in India is Hunger Project India. This was established in 1984 and currently works across 6 states. Amarajit Ahuja, IAS officer, was the founder of this model, this project. This was currently working in 6 states: Bihar, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, and Uttarakhand. I have shown this project because it's possible for us to eradicate hunger if we put efforts. So thank you. Mitigating hunger is not an issue of charity. It is actually an issue of justice. We have to fight for this, and we have to build a nation with achieving all the sustainable development goals soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Noora and Nada. Now I invite Meghna and Anishna for the presentation.
Hello, me Meghna and my friends Anishna from Samudans Guruvayurappan College. Good afternoon, one and all. Today we are having a small presentation on the topic SDG 2, Zero Hunger. Sustainable development means the economic development that is conducted without depletion of natural resources. Sustainable Development Goal 2 is one among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These are the set of goals adopted by the United Nations in 2015 with the wording End Hunger, Achieve Food Security and Improve Nutrition and Promote Sustainable Agriculture. Its aims are to end malnutrition and hunger by 2030. Malnutrition and hunger. It refers to the lack of proper nutrition caused by not having enough to eat, not eating enough of the right things, or being unable to use the food that one does not eat. Statistically, 155 million children affect malnutrition. Malnutrition is a crucial barrier to the sustainable development. The aim of SDG 2 is to end the malnutrition and hunger by 2030. World Food Programme indicate that 135 million suffer from hunger. Here we can see that the percentage of malnutrition children in India, in that 55%, that is more than half of the percentage, is affected in the scheduled tribe. 46% in the rural and 33% in the urban area. This indicates that the region where the people live is a major factor for malnutrition. Next, in the pie chart, it indicates that more than 1.02 billion hunger people exist in the world. Out of that, 642 million in Asia and the Pacific. Later, we can see that the number of undernourished people in the world continue to increase in 2019. Here, they also say that if the trend continues, the aim of the SDG will not be achieved by 2030. The number of undernourished goes on increasing. Next, we are coming to the targets. The main target of SDG 2 is the access of good health, rich food for everyone. It also tries to get rid of malnutrition by 2030. It also aims to double the productivity of small-scale food producers. It aims at a sustainable food production to meet the future needs, and also target the maintenance of all diversity of food production. Now we are coming to an important topic, the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Coronavirus disease, an infectious disease caused by coronavirus, which became a natural major disaster that affects almost every sectors. This pandemic affects the goal too. Food price index estimate that around 40% of the food is lost due to COVID-19. Almost 142 million people suffered from undernourishment at the time of this pandemic. It makes it also tough for the food supply within the country. It affects the import of food from other countries. And also, World Bank estimate that 71 million people suffer from poverty due to COVID-19. Next, we are coming to two terms, the Global Hunger Index. The Global Hunger Index is the measure and track hunger around all the world. They check the rate and percentage of people who suffer from hunger. The next one is the Food Price Index, FAO. They measure the monthly change in the price of food commodities. Their duty is to check the major changes happening in the price of the food items around the world. Now we are coming to some of the organizations and programs. First one is the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. It measures the monthly change in food commodities. Second one is the World Food Program. World Food Program they respond to food emergencies and has program to combat hunger worldwide. Next one is the International Fund for Agricultural Development. They focus on rural poverty reduction to eliminate poverty, hunger, and malnutrition. World Bank is an organization who help in funding food projects and programs. United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, addresses the food security around the world. Last, the Action Against Hunger, they help malnutrition children and provide safe water and solution to hunger. Next is our vision. Our vision, the 5 steps that we can take. We should have to put the furthest behind first. We have to pave roads from farm to the market. That is, we should have to support the market by improving the rural infrastructure, good roads, etc. We have to reduce the food waste. About one third is lost annually. We have to reduce the food wastage. We have to encourage a sustainable variety of crop. We must work with the farmers and ensure whether they have necessary tools and everything with them. We have to make nutrition a priority, starting with a child's first 100 days. Children are tomorrow's backbone. Then we have to ensure them the nutritious food. Now last, I'm quoting a Mother Teresa's quote, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. If everyone can feed the other, we can achieve the goal, zero hunger. By remembering, we all must stand together to achieve this goal. We are concluding our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna and Anishna. Now I invite Fatima Hiba for the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon all. Myself Fatima Hiba from Farouk College. First of all, I wish all of you a happy World Population Day. Now here, let me start my presentation. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. These are 17 goals of sustainable development. Here we are discussing about the second goal, which is zero hunger, challenging the hegemony of monoculture agriculture of forest and people. Hunger is the major uncontrolled problem the world is facing, and it is almost somewhat similar to the global epidemic. The rate of hunger is rising. The group affected worldwide are mostly children. Zero hunger is established as the second goal needed to be achieved by 2013. Poverty is the core of all hunger. By addressing the sustainable goal of sustainable development, no poverty will help us to achieve the second goal, which is zero hunger, as well as many other goals of sustainable development targets. These are the targets of second goal: to end hunger and ensure access by all people to safe nutrition and nutritious and sufficient food, especially vulnerable population, and all forms of malnutrition, double the agricultural productivity and income of all small-scale food producers, ensure sustainable food production system, and implement resilient agricultural practices, maintain the genetic diversity of the seeds, cultivated plants, and farmed domesticated animals and their related wild species. How we can help? We can help the people who are affected by poverty, hunger, by practicing a healthy diet, donate extra food stocks to the needy, follow food plans when you shop, improve the logistics of food supply, increase the production of agricultural resource. Just think about why millions go hunger. 1.9 billion people, more than a quarter of the world population, are overweight. 72 millions of these are obese, and 3.4 billion people each year dies each year due to overweight. Hunger. Some 795 million people in the world do not have enough food to lead a healthy, active life, and around 780 million of those people live in developing regions. Enough food we have. The world produces enough food half a million people, but due to uneven distribution, around 1 billion remains undernourished, and 2 billion suffer from hidden hunger. Food waste globally. 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted every year. Just one quarter of all wasted food could feed all 95 million unnourished people around the world who suffer from hunger. By this second goal, the world aims to achieve zero by addressing climate change and crucial to continuing the fight against hunger and achieving this goal. Therefore, to slowly achieve this, everyone needs to start putting in their effort together to make this dream as reality by 2013. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima Hiba. So that was the end of today's competition. Thank you so much to everyone for your active participation. Now let's move to the next segment. For that, I invite our chief guest, Ms. Sneha Augustine, who has completed her bachelor's degree from our college, Providence Women's College, and master's degree in statistics from St. Joseph's College, Devagiri, and now working as a proctor at Talview, Bangalore. I invite ma'am to take over.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. As she told earlier, I'm Sneha Augustine. And in this COVID situation, I hope all of you are doing great and also all are safe. I hope so. And my heartfelt thanks to Mathematics Department of Providence Women's College for inviting me for this online intercollegiate PowerPoint presentation competition in association with National Statistics Day. So as I saw every presentation, each one of you did very good, that is perfectly, and every presentation was so perfect. I really see your effort you took on this presentation, on this PPT PowerPoint presentation, and I really appreciate it and congratulate each one of you who presented your presentations here. In fact, I was actually confused and really struggled to make a selection from all of your presentations. But you guys, everyone tried to include, I like the most is that you all try to include your perspectives and suggestions about the topic, that is about the zero hunger goal, into your presentation. I really liked it and I really appreciate that. So I'm not going to take any more of your time as you are all really tired and all. So I'm really thankful to the team. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anupama.
Okay, Sneha, you can declare the results.
Okay, so I think the first prize goes to Mr. Habis and Devananda. Okay, from Ramanujan College, right? Ramanujan Institute of Mathematics.
Okay, you can just Sneha, you can just call out their names. Details will be
Okay.
called out by Alisha.
Okay, fine. So, and the second prize goes to Nada Aisha and her team.
Alisha, could you please just call out their full name and college
Okay.
name?
Okay, ma'am. So first prize goes to is Habis and Devnada. Congratulations, Habis and Devnada.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and the second prize goes to Nada Aisha and Noora for the Noora. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the winners.
Okay, congratulations to the winners, and also each one of you, even though you didn't got the prize, but everyone was very good. I really enjoyed every presentations. You all took your own efforts. It was perfect.
Okay, so we have come to the end of the event. So I request Anjana to propose the vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good evening to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. I would like to thank our chief guest, Sneha Augustine. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I would like to thank our Anubama ma'am for the presidential address. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And also, I would like to thank our association secretary, Arya, for the welcome speech. Thank you, Arya. Also, I would like to thank all the participants for participating in the intercollegiate collegiate PPT competition, which was conducted in association with National Statistic Day and World Population Day. Again, I thank all who had attended this program till now. Once again, thank you to all.
Thank you to all the participants. Thank you, our dear guest, Sneha.
Thank you, Anubhava ma'am.
Thank you to all the students and teachers. So let's wind up the session. Thank you all.
Okay, സ്നേഹ കോളേജിലേക്കൊക്കെ വാ
വരാം ma'am. വരാം. Of course. This is safe അല്ലേ? Anubhava ma'am and everyone.
Yes.
കുഴപ്പമില്ല. Okay, bye.